I request Dr. Sanjay Bhavnani to please come ahead and quickly give his concluding remarks.
So well, ladies and gentlemen, wish you a very good evening. I know I've really been forced into this session, although we have really come to the logical end of the conference. But since, this formal aspect has to be done, and somehow I just got roped into it, with the assurance that I'll be given all the notes, what I have to speak, which so far I've yet to get. During the break, I was very frantically trying to inquire where they were, and all I was told was that what you're asking for just doesn't exist, so please forget it. So I really have no other option, but I'll just go ahead with it, because I know we have to also complete the conference. We have to go on to the next session, which is what all of us are really looking forward to. Ask so many questions to all the esteemed people who are here, and also to be able to interact with everybody who's just present here. So a very, very quick summary I'll give from whatever I could understand. I think at the onset, let me say the discussions were at a very, very high level. I think it really went on to the depth of the law. It went on to the depth of the application of the law. It went on to the depth of the operations of the entire shipping industry. And it also spoke about what are going to be the various challenges which we are likely to encounter, not only at present, but also in the future. So the first panel discussion, which was moderated by the very illustrious Captain Pankaj Kapoor, it spoke about the challenges of a new era in the shipping industry. There were two very capable speakers which spoke about the aspect of the blue economy. One of them was Commander Sujit, and the other one was Captain Gajanand. They spoke about how shipping and the aspect of blue economy is related, how we can make shipping that much more important and impactful by going by the concept of the blue economy. The next topic which was discussed was about the aspect of dealing with the various cyber risks. The overall technology as it becomes more and more widespread, as people increase the level of reliance on it, the various threats and the various kinds of challenges which are going to come along with it need to be acknowledged, recognized, and also dealt with. So the aspect of the cyber risks and the cyber attacks were also very aptly dealt with by Mr. David and Mr. Amit Solanki. Finally, it was Mr. Puneet who spoke about the aspect of digitization, digitalization, and the aspect of digital transformation. I would really like to thank him personally for making the differences between these three terms very, very clear. In fact, this was something which was very, very important. We were able to really apply it. We will be able to apply it now, having understood the real difference. Of course, we all need to target the aspect of the digital transformation, which is the most important. All other things are means to an end, but we should be able to focus on the end. I would like to, on behalf of everybody present here, I would like to thank the moderator. That's of course Captain Pankaj Kapoor, and all his panelists for enlightening the entire audience with the deep knowledge of the various topics as which were discussed. So Captain Pankaj Kapoor, thank you, and thank all the panelists for enlightening us with everything. Please give them a very big hand. Yes, the next panel discussion that was conducted by Mr. Jagmeet Makkar, that focused on the aspect of resolve in India. Where is Jagmeet? Ah, okay, you've gone there, huh? Okay, okay. But why there? I thought you were sitting here. I see, I see. Okay. Anyways, so that started off with Mr. Abhishek Kumar, who as a practicing advocate highlighted the fact that India has got a very rich arbitration potential in India, and he was focusing on the aspect of going it through the institutional route. It was also supported by Mr. Alberto Coro, who shared the optimism that India has all the ingredients to become a good arbitration hub, and Mumbai in particular is the one which is ideally poised for it. Mr. Clive Aston from London did have somewhat of a differing perspective. He was more focused on he started off with the aspect of domestic and international arbitration, and the fact that as far as London is concerned, things are going to be much more settled, and the aspect of reliability, the aspect of impartiality probably become that much more important. However, that was also very effectively dealt with by the other panelists. That was Captain Pankaj Kapoor. He said he's all for resolve in India itself. He cited a few landmark judgments, which also included one of the remarks which was made by the late Mr. Nani Palkiwala, which said that Honda City is far better than a 1907 Rolls-Royce model, which certainly it is. The idea is not the destination. The idea is with what level of efficiency and what level of speed and effectiveness you are able to reach that destination. So indeed, that is something which is very, very important. And of course, following that, there was a lot of discussion whether India can establish, at least in theory, itself to be a significant maritime arbitral center, which probably for a certain scale and size it can be to start off with. But given a certain kind of a medium to long-term time frame, there appears to be no reason why it should not be. We need to have a long-term vision. We need to be able to work cohesively towards making that happen. And also at the same time, we should be able to ensure that we are able to realize all the potential which exists into actual practice. I think India has got no dearth of talent. India has got no dearth of expertise. And India has got no dearth of people who are not only as good as the others who are there, but in all respects are probably also better. So I don't really see why this cannot happen. But definitely, this will require quite some work, and it is the responsibility of all of us in this room as well as in the industry to try and work towards this and possibly make it happen. The issues of time, cost, and effectiveness were also discussed, and of course the deep insight which was offered by the various panelists was really awesome. It was really indeed a very masterly thing which was on display, and I think it was the sheer brilliance of Jagmeet in integrating, aligning, and synthesizing the various perspectives which were just put forward, which were probably more conflicting than what they were not, and trying to put them onto a common platform, trying to put them ahead in front of the audience in a manner in which it was intended to be, and supporting that with the views expressed by the various panelists was something which, whatever we say about it, is not really going to be enough. So we need to thank Jagmeet for all that, and Jagmeet, very well done once again, and this is what you have always been doing. So thank you very much for that. Then we went on to the last panel discussion. That was, of course, it was moderated by Captain Savraj Mehta. Captain Savraj Mehta steered the third panel discussion through his wisdom, through his sheer experience, his vast experience, and definitely, if that is the right term to say, a very good understanding about the situational awareness of what was happening in this room, of having dealt with various commercial claims which are being experienced in the industry as of today. He put his wit to very good use to keep the audience involved at all stages of the entire discussion. He was very well complimented in this by the various luminaries who participated in the same throughout this entire discussion, who supported him and who complimented him very, very well. The perspectives of ship agent were shared by Mr. Sushil Mulchandani, Mr. Tony Fernandez. What can we say about him? Whatever we say is not really going to be enough. It's absolutely brilliant. Who, with a complete mastery of the subject, with a continual mastery of the subject, I've been seeing him since so many years, probably decades also now. And his mastery keeps on getting better and better. And whenever I see him, I really feel that if I can even achieve a fraction of it, yeah, I have really worked quite a lot. So absolutely brilliant, Tony. Wonderful to have you here. Huh? We had very good comments from Dimitris. We had very good comments also from Ole. And of course, Ole did tell us about the claims being excessive and how he would like the claims to be reduced. But the fact that he's 6 feet 2 inches plus in height, and the fact that he's extended his lease in India would definitely give us more and more opportunity to be able to deal with, to interact with him. And I'm sure we will be able to learn that much more from him in the times to come. We had brilliant comments also from Sanchit Datta. He provided a very good perspective from the point of view of the mutual clubs. A very, very practical approach, keeping in line with the day-to-day shipboard operations and also the other aspects which are related to smooth operations and the concerns which are generally raised by the ship owners. Of course, the overall punchline was put forward by Dr. Smita Sundar. We are very fortunate to hear her today, a professor, a lawyer, and not to say the least, a lady. So as she said, not to give her a mic, but then of course, I think not having given her that mic would have been a very big injustice. So ma'am, thank you very much for that. And the third panel, I would like to thank to Captain Savraj Mehta and all his panelists, which really made the entire discussion very interesting, very useful, and definitely there are going to be a lot of learnings for all of us from there. So please give them a very big applause. So that's all about the panel. These are all the quick notes which I could take. I hope I've been able to do that to whatever level of justice which I could do. Please let me know if I missed out on anybody or anything or something which I should have had. But everybody's telling me a no, so that makes me feel nice. So thank you very much. Just one last thing. This is not really it's not really a punchline. Neither it's anything about being complete or finished complete or whatever. I think this is all about the seafarers. I started off my talk about the status, about the condition, and also about the environment which has been put forward in the industry and the seafarers who are facing the brunt of it. I think we need to recognize that much more remains to be done to protect this body of essential workers from unfairness and injustice. And the effort is essential not only for the protection of the serving seafarers, but also to improve the image of the profession for the new recruits to come. So with that, I would just like to end my talk today. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bhavnani, for reflecting on the entire panel discussion very well. Thank you very much. I now request Captain Rahul Verma from Ally Maritime, also the convener with us for this particular conference, to kindly propose a formal vote of thanks.
Good evening, everybody. I'm not a person very fond of a panel to stand next to it or something, so I would take this opportunity to talk to you. First of all, a very good evening to all of you. And it's mesmerizing to see so many people out here, so much of knowledge sitting out here. And if I can share one story which one of my elders told me, you can go up to the beach and do many things. Some people might just go and have their feet wetted by the water which comes. Some may go for a swim. There will be very few who will take that courage to dive deep down to find an oyster and the pearl in it. I'm sure many of us out here who have heard this ocean of knowledge out here would love to dive deep down to find that pearl, that oyster, and increase our wealth of knowledge a lot. Thank you very much, all the panelists, all the people who spoke here to share their knowledge with us. Apart from that, of course, without our great sponsors, this event would not be possible for us to conduct. Because obviously, their support, their confidence in the team, which helped us to organize this event. Most important, the advisory board which was there. I will not take all the names now because it's already been taken many times. Thanks to everybody in that who spent a couple of months in deciding all this, what you saw. Each and every panel member was discussed, each and every topic was discussed, the venue, everything was gone to the last detail to make sure that we can make it a picture perfect. Most importantly, I would love to thank Captain Chadda, Kamal Chadda ji sir, the Marex Media CEO, for giving an opportunity to Ally Maritime, my company, to be a convener and be a part of this grand function. Last but not the least, thanks to Radhika, Delphine, and all other delegates, all other team members, Mr. Jagdamba, and other people behind the scene who worked to make this function a real good success. Finally, thank you very much, all the delegates out here who took out the time to come and grace the occasion and share this space with us and give us the confidence that, yes, we support this, what you have done. And I'm sure with the help of Marex Media and Captain Chadda's blessings, we'll ensure a much greater and a much better performance even next year. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Verma. So we come to the end of the conference, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your presence here with us today.